All right, mic check. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. All right, we got to get it all together. I need to find out where everything is. We're going to test and check in on the audio. Need to see how the visuals looking. All of the above. All of the above, man. All right, where's all my stuff at, man? I need to get all this together. As you guys make your way on, when you come on, please make sure that you like the video, give it a heart, a thumbs up, a like, whatever the option is. And I need to check in on each platform. Right now, we're streaming live on 3 platforms. So we are on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. So let me check the YouTube first. Let's see how we look over there. See how we sound. Let's see. All right, so let me fix this. That's crooked. That was crooked. Let's straighten that out. Let's straighten this out. Do it like that. I think that should be straight. Is that straight? Is that straight enough? Nope. A little bit more like this. Right there should do it. All right. OCD's on deck. Or actually, no, we've renamed it. It's actually the spirit of excellence. So no more OCD. We've elevated. All right. You'll let me know how everything sounds. Is audio on Instagram good? You'll let me know. I see everybody making their way in, which is excellent. Let me check in on Facebook now. All right, so let me do my sound checks and all that. Let's get that out the way so I can do distribution, because I ain't even get to that yet. Let's see how YouTube is. Get that out the way. YouTube sounds excellent. YouTube sounds great. As my man Tony the Tiger would say. Let's see how Facebook is sounding. Facebook, check in on the audio. That's Facebook. Facebook sounds great. Facebook sounds great. And I've been told Instagram sounds good. All right, excellent. All right, so y'all know the routine. Y'all know what it is. This is the Brooklyn Moses podcast. I need to do some distribution. So I need to get this pushed out so that people have more access and they can find the podcast wherever they are right now, whatever platform that they're on. So if you're making your way on, please make sure that you, from YouTube, subscribe to the channel, turn on your bell notifications, like the video and share the video. Okay, muy importante. Very important that you do that. If you're on Facebook, make sure that you follow the TeamAlliance page, give the video a heart, share the video. If you're on Instagram, follow the Instagram page. It's at TeamAlliance 2018. Also give the video a heart and also share the video from the platform. All right. When you guys do this, you give folks an opportunity to join us live. Also, if you are not already a member of the public TeamAlliance Facebook group, make sure that you join that. If you join the public Team Alliance Facebook group, no matter what, you will be notified because for whatever reasons, notifications will always come through on the Team Alliance Facebook group. I don't know why, but you will get a notification. You'll get one. I didn't even post in there yet, but when I do, more people will come because they'll get a notification that way. For whatever reason, sometimes the platform does not notify you. So I'll be live and people won't even know that I'm live until I post in the group. Then they'll know that I'm live. All right. So make sure that you join the public Team Alliance Facebook group because that will ensure that you get notified no matter what. Also, the BrooklynMosesPodcast.com. That is the website for the audio version of the podcast. Be sure to go to that link, that site, and you'll be able to listen directly to the audio from the site. Also, the podcast can be heard wherever podcasts are available. So that's Apple iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, etc. All right. All right. So I'm going to do some distribution and then we'll get started recording for the podcast. All right. And then we will go from there. Go from there. All right. So you guys sit tight. Yes, sit tight. I'll be right back. All right. So you guys sit tight. Yes, sit tight. I'll be right back. Booyah. All right. So Facebook finally took away the watch party. That's corny. And they ain't replaced it with nothing. So it's just nothing there now. It's just, I got to post on just my timeline. So hopefully people will see it on my timeline who are connected to me on Facebook and find us that way. But I mean, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. What you gonna do? All right. So aside from that, we should be good. There was one other thing I had wanted to do. Oh, Key is on it. Shout out to Key. I ain't even have to ask. Key is on it. All right, so we are going to get started. Yeah, we ready to go. So was that it? So we're in all the groups. I think I put it in the group chat. Yeah, so we good to go. All right, man. So we got a good topic today. Really good, a really good one. Really good one. Is this one that I could talk shit on? Yeah, I could talk shit on all of them. Yeah, this is good. Yeah, this is pretty good. All right, so we're gonna get into the recording for the podcast and into today's topic. All right, so we should be good. All right, yep. So let's go. You know who it is. It's the Brooklyn Moses Podcast, Season 2, Episode 28. Is that accurate? I think that's accurate. Yeah, I think it's Season 2, Episode 28. Yes, it is. All right, excellent. All right, man, let's see who we have in the building with us. So we back at it. Podcast is back, man. On Instagram, Willis Majors in the building. I see Tracy in the building. What's up, Trace? Sharonda's in the building. What's up, Sharonda? Ron Carter is here. Booking Post, welcome. Key is in the building. Kashif is here. All right, Instagram holding it down as usual. On Facebook, I see Marlon Carter. Champ is in the building, holding me down. We don't have the watch party anymore, but it's cool. I just shared it on my timeline, so hopefully folks will see it from there. I see Skip. He gave it a like, so Skip is probably observing as well. And on YouTube, of course, heavy, as always. Maui Jeff is in the building. Melanie is here. Alvin Muhammad is here. Assalamu alaikum. Ashton is here. I see Torre, Tavares, Sadiq, Jay Carley is here. Bilal, Kenneth Owens, Mike is in the building. I see Champ over here as well. Mr. Ront. Key is over here as well. Mr. James. And I see Eric Stevenson as well. All right, we here, man. Yeah, I see everybody be excited for the podcast. I see, because it's gonna be some shit talking. You know that. Yeah, y'all like when I talk shit, huh? I only talk shit because, like, people make you talk shit. They make you talk shit because they be talking shit. All right, so anyway, topic for the day: why it's better to leverage skill than money. Why it is better to leverage your skill than it is to leverage money. Now, for those who don't even know what I'm referring to or what I'm talking about, let's kind of dig underneath the surface with the references. Leveraging money. What does that mean? We're talking about in trading in the investment world. You are able to leverage money on various platforms that you can trade on. Some of you who trade crypto or Forex, you are familiar with leverage. Even those of you that might trade futures and traditional options, exotic options, spreads, any of these instruments in the trading world allow you to leverage your money on the platform. Many of the platforms give you the option as to how much you want to leverage. So, for example, many of the Forex platforms allow you to leverage up to 500 to 1. Now, what does that mean? It means that you can trade as if you had 500 times the amount that you actually have in your account. Let's not go that high. Let's bring it down to 100 to 1 leverage. That's probably more reasonable. And also make sure that you check out the BrooklynMosesPodcast.com. I'm going to put the website for that in the chat and pin that. All right. Yeah. Make sure you check that out for the audio version of this. So 100 to 1 leverage. What does that even mean? What it means is that you're able to trade with 100 times what you actually have in your account. Now, what does this do? Leverage basically allows you to make more money with a smaller amount of money. So let's say that you have $1,000 in your account for purposes of trading, right? You want to trade, you want to make money. If you're trading with 100 to 1 leverage, it's as if you're trading 100 times that $1,000 that you have. So you basically, with $1,000, you can trade as if you're trading $100,000 in whatever instrument you're trading, right? Whatever it is that you're doing at the time, 100 times. So $100,000, but you only got $1,000 in your account. So now, when profit or loss is calculated, it'll be 100 times what it normally would be if it just was your $1,000. You're following me, right? Now, if that's the case, right, you take your $1,000 and you can do a lot more now because you're able to leverage the $1,000, right? The problem is, yes, you can make more, but you're also going to lose more. So you can make 100 times what you would have made if it just was the 1,000, but you're also losing at the same rate. So if, for example, one movement or one pip, we'll use pip. We'll talk about Forex. One pip, instead of it being worth, 10 cents, it'll be worth $10. Like, I'm just giving you an example. This is what 100 to 1 leverage does. Instead of it being worth a dime, it's worth $10. It's 100 times. So now, when you trade, every pip that the market moves is worth $10 instead of being worth a dime. They're following me? People get excited about that. Oh, man. Oh, man, I can make a lot of money. Yes, you can make a lot of money. However, you're going to lose also if you're wrong. So now just think about that for a moment. The leverage sounds wonderful until you lose. Right? Hold on. It sounds great. It sounds great until you lose. When you lose, you're like, damn, I don't know if I can keep doing this. Because you actually don't have, guess what? You don't have what? You don't have any skill. If you don't have skill, leveraging money is worthless to you. So in other words, the only way that leveraging even makes sense is if you have skill in the market. So let's talk about that. So now here we come with the folks that have bought or developed or created a strategy. So now the strategy is to be used with the leverage. The strategy represents their version of the skill that can be used to take advantage of that leverage. And it's cool. Now, mind you, I'm just explaining this. I'm not talking bad about it, but I'm comparing the difference between leveraging money versus leveraging skill in the market. Because what people will do is they'll get excited about leveraging their money because they're like, well, you want to be able to have leverage so that you can make way more, than you normally would be able to. But that only applies if you actually are going to be successful when you trade. If you're not going to be successful when you trade and earn profits, the same way that you'll make money, you're going to lose at the same rate. You see what I'm saying? So it really doesn't make sense for you to get excited about leveraging your money if there's no skill involved in the process that you're using when you trade. Does that make sense? And again, this is, even though I'm going to talk, I'm pretty sure I'll talk some shit at some point. This is more educational than anything because you need to be informed before you start to make decisions about things that you want to do when it comes to trading and when it comes to the markets. You want your information to be in place first, and then you can take the information and apply it so that you can actually consistently make money. Anything else that you're doing that's not that doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make any sense. I'll give you an example. People hop around. They'll try out different signal services. And again, I'm not knocking anything. I mean, more power to you. I hope that you win your trades. But understand, when you're relying on a signal service, you're relying on whoever it is that's creating the signals for you. You're also relying on the accuracy of the signal itself. You're relying on, your internet connection to give you the signal in time before the market moves, right? Because by the time you actually get the signal, the market could have been moving already. And now you don't even have time to take advantage of whatever the signal was. It's called lag. All type of stuff goes on, right? So this is real stuff that you have to deal with when you go about it this way. If you go about it that way, where you're relying on signals, or even if you go as far as, buying some type of strategy or a set of indicators or whatever it is, all of that is cool. But until you actually develop a set of skills in the market, it's to no avail, because all the leverage in the world with your money means nothing if you lose. It doesn't mean anything if you keep losing. That's the point that I'm making. Now, don't be delusional about losing. See, this is one thing that people will do that is silly. They'll win some, and in their mind, they're winning a lot, and then they lose here and there. There are intermittent losses in between. In their mind, they're making money. But when you add it all up, you're in the red. If you have to make another deposit, you're in the red. Why did you have to make another deposit if you're making money? You see? You made a deposit, you withdraw a little bit, then you got to make another deposit that's bigger than the amount that you took out. That's called being in the red. And again, like this is helpful because it helps you to understand, like, it doesn't make sense for you to be delusional about what you're actually doing. If you started with 1,000, you withdrew 100. Let's say you withdrew 200, but then your account takes a hit. You got $400 in your account now, right? Then you're down to 200. Then you add on another 500. Look at what just happened. You deposited 1,000 first, withdrew 200. Then you had to deposit 500 again because of the losses. So how much did you actually deposit? Think about that. 1,500 minus 200. So you actually deposited $1,300. But in your mind, you think that you're winning because you'll in your mind justify everything that you're doing because you're saying to yourself, I'm gonna get that back. This is gonna work. Oh, I'll get that back. I'm gonna work my way back up. And now you're spending your time trying to recover losses. Am I telling the truth or not? This is what people do. See, I like to talk like this because this helps to wake people up that are doing it. Some of you do this. Some of you have done it before. You know that I'm telling you the truth. And you're delusional because you think in your mind that you're actually making money because you win some of the trades. But my point is that you'll continue this loop forever. Forever. You'll keep doing it over and over again because you have no skill. So this is why skill is the real leverage. I don't care what the platform allows you to leverage as far as your money. Oh, well, I have 100-to-1 leverage when I trade, man. I love it. Why do you love it? Because you can make more money? All of that is cool. But how consistently are you actually making money? You got to include them losses too. So now find the net. What's your net? Meaning take your profits, add them up, and then take your losses and subtract them. What's left? That's called your net. Is it a net profit or a net loss? What'd you start with? You started with 1,000? All right, so if you only have 600, that's a net loss of $400. Simple math. But again, you'll spend your time being delusional, right? Because you're focused on the leverage of the money part. You're not focused on the actual skill in the market part. You see? So don't be confused about what leverage is and put emphasis on the leverage of your money part. Don't do that. Spend your time acquiring skill in the market so that it doesn't matter how much leverage you use when you trade, you'll be profitable consistently so that you can end up being net profitable when it's all said and done. That's a better thing than you just being all excited about how much leverage you have in your account. See, because this is what I find that people have conversations with me about. They'll ask questions like that. Oh, well, Mark, do you think it's good? It's better to use, 100-to-1 leverage or 200-to-1 leverage. I say don't use any leverage until you have skill. I say don't even take trades until you have some skill. Well, how long is that going to take? I don't know. I don't even know what you're doing. I'm just giving you the best advice that I can give you based on the question that you gave me. That's it. So when you spend your time on the wrong things, you see, you'll continue to repeat the wrong things. And that's never what you want to do. You always want to put yourself in position to be able to consistently do what actually works. Not doing what you think works and being delusional about it. You understand? So it makes way more sense to go that route than to not. So all of this leverage and how much leverage this and that, none of that means anything. The real leverage is the skill. Leverage is skill, because now it means if you actually have skill, you can take whatever the amount is. You can start with a small amount of money and you can start Xing the money. What am I talking about? Give you an example. On the platform that we trade on, NADEX, you can take $100 and exit. What am I saying? Turn 100 into 200, 400, 800, 1,000. What's 1,000 relative to 100? How many X's is that? 10. If you take $100 account to $1,000, that's 10X. 100 to 1,000 is 10X. I'll give you one example. I just started a Project Freedom. I think I released the 4th trade. The 5th trade I took today. In 5 trades, matter of fact, let me just look and see so I don't have to guess. Yeah. In 5 trades, the balance went from 100 to 208. How much is that? What's 100 to 200? That's double. Look at that. Oh, and it fell upright too. Oh, shit. Brooklyn Bridge is falling down. Put it right back up. But listen, 100 to 200 is double. So that's 2X right there. That's 2X right there. 5 trades. And the reason that I'm even bringing that up is because if you're looking at what's actually going on, look at what just happened. Now, I started the project on Friday. It's Tuesday. 5 trades since Friday. I'm not boasting or bragging about it. I'm just saying that that's what it is. These trades that I've been in are the same trades that many of the students have also been in or seen for themselves at the time. Some of them even messaged me. Oh, I remember that. I remember that trade. I remember. Yeah, I saw that one. In other words, they recognize the same thing that I recognized, and I was in the same trade. Now, how's that even possible? It's possible when you have the skill set. Two different people, me and whoever else. I'll say just off the top for people I can remember that messaged me directly, there's about 6 of them. 6 people messaged me personally. Mark, I remember that trade. I saw that same trade. Couple of them, I was in that trade with you. How'd they do that? Because they're learning the same skill that I have. So they're going to see the same thing that I see in the market. Hold on. Hold up. Now we're talking about something different. So again, what are we talking about? We're talking about the leverage of the skill. So now when you have this skill, look at how you can leverage the money that you start with. Hold on. Keyword, leverage what you started with. Started with $100. So the leverage is the skill itself, because the skill is what is growing the $100 and Xing it. One trade after the next. That's it. The same exact thing I'm doing is exactly what everyone who follows me is going to do. What do I mean by that? Even if you don't take all of the same trades that I'm in, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You will see the market the same way that I'm seeing the market. Whoa. Whoa. So what's the leverage? What's the real leverage? Is it that money that you started with? Or is it that skill that you learned from me? I'm just saying. So this is why I like to talk about these things on the podcast, because a lot of people don't realize what's actually going on as far as trading goes. They think that it's something that it's not. Most people think that trading is like gambling. Oh, well, you're taking a chance. You're taking a risk. You're doing this. You're doing that. Let me tell you something. There is only one risk in trading. You know what that is? It's when you don't have skill. That's the risk. The risk is not, oh, well, the market is risky. The market's actually not risky. You not understanding the market is what's risky. You created the risk through the lack of your understanding of the market. See, and the problem is that nobody ever told you that until me. Nobody ever told you that before. I'm telling you that. You see? That's the difference. What's this thing doing? Hate when this does this. That's the difference. The difference is I'm going to tell you. Nobody else ever told you that. That's why you never knew it. That's why you've never put yourself in position to do it either. Now, boom, you can put yourself right in position to do the same thing. Because you realize that what I'm telling you is true. See, I'm not making it up. I don't have to. Another thing I find interesting. I do these projects all the time, right? And it's like, I remember when, and some of y'all remember this too, because I used to talk about this a lot. Like, I don't like doing projects because what it does, and let me rephrase this. Hold on. This is what I used to think that it did. I used to feel like every time I do a project, once I get past a certain point in the project, it's like there's a disconnect between me and the people watching. Like once the account gets to a certain size and contracts get to a certain size, you cut off from what it is that I'm really trying to show you. This is how I used to feel. I'm like, damn, man, it feel like I'm losing people when I do the project and the contracts get bigger. So what I used to do, I used to cut the project short. I used to be like, nah, I can't keep going. Because if I keep going up, people start, thinking that they can't do it. And I'm like, that's the last thing I want. I don't want people feeling like they can't do this, because you can do the same thing. Understand, when you train, you're going to do the same thing. Some of y'all right now are recording, observing, seeing. You know what that means? It means you're doing it. Hold on. If you are observing and recording, and when we look at what you recorded, we like, yeah, that was it. Guess what you're doing? You seeing. You have to see before you can do. So you're doing. You're actually doing. See? And the proof is that we have the recording. We have the documentation of you doing it already, because you're seeing it already. What? If you can see it, you'll do it. Some of y'all don't even realize that yet. So, let me tell you something. Every day, people are messaging me now with videos. Hold on, wait. Hold up. Because I get excited about this part. People are sending me videos every day. Some of y'all don't realize the power of that. If you're sending me videos now, and what you're showing me in the video, I'm looking at the same thing that you recorded. I'm looking at it. I'm like, yeah, yep. That's it. They're sending me videos and they're telling me about what the market was doing. Not about a trade. They're not talking about trades. What are they talking about? Market. That's the skill. That's the skill. If you can tell me what the market is doing, what the market was doing, why there was no trade, why there was a trade and the trade won, you see, why you didn't take the trade, why the setup wasn't valid. If you're able to tell me all of that, it means that you have the skill. And now the skill is just continuously elevating because you're applying the process. See, part of the process is recording. Observing the market, recording the market. So they're sending me videos now. They're not just asking me questions. This is what's going on in the group now. Every day. They send it to me directly or they send it into the group chat. And to be honest, I get a lot directly. Way more. It's like it increases every day. Sending me 2 and 3 videos a day. I can't even keep up all the time. Sometimes it take me a couple hours to get back. I'm like, damn, there's more people in here sending me shit. I got to go back into Messenger and check. And some of y'all know I'm telling the truth because it'd be 3 hours went by and I ain't even hit you back yet. I didn't even see it yet. So my point is, all of this that we're doing in TA, you guys are building the skill set. That's what the leverage is all about. So what you see me doing a project is the exact same thing that you're seeing. That's why you'll recognize the trade that I was in. Because you may have been watching the market at the time. You saw it. So just the fact that you're doing that, you right at the beginning of where you need to be. See? You're not just learning how to pick trades. That's not what I'm teaching you. I'm teaching you to do what I do. What do? I see the market. That's what you're learning how to do. See the market. That's why you remember the trade. You're like, oh, I saw that. I remember that one. You wouldn't be able to do that if you didn't have this skill. So this is for people in the group. I'm saying this because I want to encourage you to continue doing what you're doing. You clearly are right at the beginning of where you need to be. Asking me way less questions about trade. Matter of fact, it's getting to the point where people don't even ask questions about a trade. People give the reasons why there was no trade. Whoa. Hold on. In the group chat, am I telling the truth? People are talking about why there was no trade. Nah, there was too much speed there. I think today I heard somebody say drip. If you said drip, I know that you are training. I know that you listening to the trainings. I know that. You wouldn't even know what that is if you were not. But not only knowing what the terminology is, but understanding what it means. You ain't asking trade questions. You're asking market questions. You're not even having trade commentary. You having market commentary. You don't even realize what y'all are doing. Y'all don't even realize what y'all are doing yet. That's why you need to hear me talk like this, because I'm telling you what you're doing. You are elevating. Your skill is elevating. You're asking all of the right questions. You're talking and commenting on all the right things. Market shit, not trade shit. It's why you knew why I was in the trades that I took. Oh, I know why he took that. RCB. Like, damn, he just started training. And he knows that. This is what goes on here. So again, Leveraging skill. That's the actual leverage, is skill. Don't worry about money. This is why I always talk about this also when I start a project. I'm like, don't even look at the contracts. Look at the market when I was in the trade. Look at how the market looked when I was in the trade. That's why I'm doing the project. I'm not doing the project to show you how big the account can get. You already know how big an account can get if you win consistently. It's simple math. You know that already. That's not why I'm doing the project. I'm doing the project so that you can see this is what we see when we're in a trade that we know is going to win. We already know the outcome of what this trade is going to be because we see the market. Nobody else does that. Nobody else is doing that. What group do you know of that's doing that? Who? All right. This is what happens when I take a break from the podcast and then come back. Come back with the fire, man. All right, so let me get into the comments. Let me see what's going on here. Let me see what's happening here. Captain Investments, what's going on? 1952, what's happening? Oh, that's Marlon. What's up? Nico, what's up? All right, let me come back over here in the comments. Let me go to Facebook, make sure I didn't miss anything over there. Let me see. All right, I didn't miss anything over there. And shout out to everybody on Facebook tuning in, even if you didn't say what's up. I know a couple of you are over there as well. All right, let me come to YouTube. Let me see. So this Lucas H, he in here stirring the pot up, huh? What Lucas talking about? Johnson, what's going on? Let me come back. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. Jelani, what's up, man? All right, let me come all the way back. So Lucas said early, I thought you preached for people to go slow and limit our trades, but you've taken 4 in the same day. That's definitely not slow and not what you preach. If you say you're doing this for students, it doesn't make sense because you tell students not to do that. You're not setting good discipline. You ran about people doing too much, so not setting a good example. Okay, so Lucas, you clearly don't understand. And Lucas, you sound exactly like the guy the other day that was on Coffee and Charts saying the same thing. So I think that you're probably the same person. And it's cool. It's cool. Let me keep going. I'm not going to respond to that just yet. Let me just see what was said. Let me see. Mr. Ron said, it means you better know what you're doing. Jumping out there trading Forex and leveraging the broker's money. Don't mess around, catch a margin call against your trading account. That's a fact. That's a fact. Bilal, the skill is the money. Your wins are just dividends. Ooh, hold on. That's hard. That's hard right there, bro. That is hard. Sadiq, listen close, you might learn. Yeah, you definitely got to listen. Jay Carly, this was explained in great detail yesterday. Mark is minding business of hundreds of students. We mind only ours. Indeed. If several students were logged in at different times of the day and each of those students had questions about binaries, then here they are. Also, we aren't marked. Receive your 1 to 2 a day and log out. I'm watching the market on these videos. I'm not minding the date. Don't miss the value of the recording and what the market looked like at that time because you're focused on the date. Indeed. Yeah, so I don't even got to respond to it because they already responded to what Lucas was saying. Let me see. Mike is funny. Micah said, Mark can do what he wants because he has over 30 years of market experience. We, the students, we comply to whatever he said is best for us to do because that's 30 years of experience. Indeed. Let me see. And never scale up. Is YouTube still on? Hold on. Let me make sure this thing is still on. Is YouTube still up? Yeah, it is. Okay. There's like a delay or something. Y'all want to cook them? Nicole, happening. J. Carly, if anyone is struggling and losing in silence, then speak up. That wasn't actual advice about scaling up. Not for us anyway. Yes. Cam, I took no trades so far, but on non-contracts, so slow is fine for me, especially when we increase contracts. Better to go for quality. Absolutely. Yes. Yeah, definitely skill all day. Mr. Ron said 10x all day, baby. 100 to 1,000 returns you'll never see in your local or internet bank. Indeed. Indeed. Yeah, definitely 301 mindset. Absolutely. Then Lucas says, you always tell us anything more than 1 to 2 trades is too much. Yes, I do. Yep, sure do. Sadiq Project 1 and 0. Absolutely. Micah, anything over 1 trade a day is too much. Exactly what Mark says. So now what? Not understanding the market, that's the risk. Yeah, that's hard. And it's so true. It's like that is the only risk though. Like people don't understand that. That's the only risk that you have. When you don't understand what you're doing, that's the risk. People will try to push off the accountability aspect of everything onto something else so that they don't have to be held accountable for what happens. So they'll always have something to blame for what happened. And it's kind of like, it's funny because when you win, you ain't got nothing to say. It's when you lose that you always have something to say. Oh, well, they be cheating and they watching my account. They can see when I'm in a trade and they're manipulating the market. No, you just don't understand the market. That's what it is. We're all on the same platform looking at the same binaries at the same time. You have the option of trading or not trading. If you decided to trade, 1, why? 2, you decided to trade. That ain't nobody's fault but yours. The same way that if you took that trade and you won, you want to talk shit. Oh yeah, I took that one. Y'all ain't see that? Yeah, I took that one. Yeah. Right? The same way you want to brag about being in a trade that nobody else might have taken. Oh, your trade too slow. I'm already 3-0. Y'all ain't take a trade yet? Right? You might be like that. I don't know. Like people have come around like this. This is why I talk like this, because this is stuff that people have said. Oh, I'm 5-0 today. Okay. So what? And like kind of to say, well, I'm 5-0. Why y'all don't have a trade today? It's that type of energy. But again, it's because we don't have to be in trades all day. Mr. Ron Brooklyn Moses, the trading project you're currently sharing the videos of, is there a limit on the number of trades daily, or is it a thing where you just released all the videos of the trades that you took? So I did explain this yesterday when I was on the Coffee and Charts Live. And basically, I started the project Friday. And when I began the project, the purpose really of me even being in that many trades is because I literally was on the platform just observing and recording like I always do. So what had been concerning me was I kept hearing, I think what it is, I just heard it too many times. I heard too many people say it in the group. And then people had messaged me also and mentioned it. You know, they were like, well, I haven't seen a trade set up. I haven't seen the market be stable or anything like all week. And I'm like, what? Huh? You know what I'm saying? So they were sending me these type of messages earlier in the week. By the time Friday came, I was like, well, you know what? Let me see. I'm going to just pick a random day. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to pick Friday. Pick the last day of the week. Let me get on the charts and observe. Anything happens, I'll record it. So I'm observing and things are happening. Now, again, what's the purpose of me doing this? What did I just say I did this for? Who did I say I did this for? Am I doing this for me? Nope. Who am I doing it for? I'm doing it for the students. Which students? The ones that was saying, well, I don't see any trades. There's no stability in the market. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. That's a concern to me. I'm like, you know what? Let me see. Let me observe. And I'll record. And if anything happens, it'll be recorded. By the time it was all said and done, I ended up in 4 or 5 trades. No, it wasn't 5. It was 4 trades. Excuse me. I ended up in 4 trades. Recorded. And not only did I take those trades, or let me rewind that. Hold on. We're gonna stop saying take. Not only did I receive those trades, what else did I do? What do y'all see me doing in the video that you never saw me do before? Typing. You see me writing out what happened, right? Look at all of the videos in the project so far. The only time I didn't do it was actually today because I was rushing, and right after the trade, I had to leave. I actually was walking out the door and I forgot to type in my commentary. The 4 videos that are out right now, what am I doing on all of them? I'm writing. What am I writing? The commentary for what the market was doing. I'm not talking about the trade. What am I talking about? The market. Who am I doing that for? I'm doing that for my students. So I want you to understand what actually happened. Now, this was Friday. On Friday, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this whole thing as a project now. I didn't intend. When I first started, that was not my intention. My intention was to record and to type exactly what happened in the market so that the students can see. Like, this is what happened. Did you see this? This one happened. Did you see this? Mind you, this was all on the same day. So for anyone in the group who might feel like, well, I'm not seeing stability, what's going on? Here's another piece of content. Here's more information, more documentation for you that you can watch yourself. You probably were looking at the market at the time. So now you got to go back in your head and remember, damn, was I around when did he do this? When did this happen? Let me look at the time. You see? This is what documentation does. So now who's this going to help? This is going to help the student that was concerned about the market not being stable. Or I'm not seeing anything. Or I'm not seeing any trades. Well, are you seeing the market stable? The market was stable on this one. Did you see it? When I received this trade, the market was stable. There was RCB present. Did you see it? You didn't see it? All right, keep watching. Who's that helping? See, this is what I'm saying about, this is why I talk so much shit. I do so much shit. I do mad shit. I do all of this for the students. So when you on the outside looking in, you have no idea what I'm doing. It's not for you to understand what I'm doing. See? So that's why you have to just take the time to get more information before you make an assumption and be wrong about your assumption. Because if you're assuming, oh, well, he's going against his own rules. He always preaches discipline. He's not being disciplined. That's not why I'm doing the project. That's not why I took those trades. Received those trades. It's not why I did it. Do you know why I did it? I just explained why I did it. So now that you know that, now how does that make you feel? And I'm not doing it to make you feel bad, but you should now understand the level of commitment that I have to the students, to people that are following me, learning how to see the market the way that I see it. I take that seriously. I don't play games with that. So when someone is telling me they're not seeing the market, I have a problem with that. And I'm going to do everything that I can to help them, because for whatever reason, there's something that they're not doing, obviously. But now when you have documentation that you can refer back to and you can see for yourself, like, oh, shit. Oh, Mark, I got it. I see what you're doing now. Boom. Light bulb moment. The light bulb comes on for them. That's why I do it. For that. See, I'm waiting for that light bulb to come on for them. So again, it's not for you if you're outside of TA. You on the outside looking in. Until you come in here, you don't know what we doing. You don't know what I'm doing. Even when I tell you what I'm doing, you still don't be getting it. You still don't get it. After all this time. This has been going on for 4 years. You still don't get it. Some of you have been watching me since 2017. Still don't get it. Literally, people message me, Mark, I've been looking at your videos since 2017. I'm just starting to understand. Come on, man. So there's a certain level of respect that you are always going to have for me, even if you don't like me. So that's why I don't get involved like with any of that, because I'm like, well, I'm not even doing it for you. You ain't even in the group. This ain't even for you. You understand? Now, mind you, if you're not in the group, I'm not saying, well, you got to be in the group. What I am saying is that if you're not in the group, you won't understand. Clearly, you don't. And ain't nobody telling you to be in a group either. You can do whatever you want to do. But what you're not going to do is come and make assumptions and be wrong with your assumptions as if you're right. You're not. And again, I'm not doing it to make you feel any kind of way about it. I'm just explaining because you said it. Like when you come around and you bring these things up and you talk, you know that there's going to be a response to it, and there's going to be a very clear response to it. You understand? It ain't going to be blurry. Oh, like, oh, no, he backpedaling. Ain't no backpedaling over here. It's forward. 2 steps forward all the time. I ain't never going to have to backpedal because I'm never going to make shit up. You understand? I'm never going to say nothing that I don't mean. I'm never going to talk about shit that I don't do. I can talk about 2X. I just did 2X. I just did 2X from Friday. And it wasn't even for me. It's the result of what I'm showing my students. Come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all got to just keep paying attention to what's going on, man, to appreciate this. That's all. You got to pay attention, man. Kiana said, people not focusing on the bigger picture when you do these projects. Did I not just say that? Look at that. Look at the vibe. The funny shit is that people think that I'm doing this just to so I can talk shit, and I'm not. I don't even like doing them. Because trading is something that's normal for me to do. When you'll see me do a project, that's what I normally do. Regardless of how many contracts is on the trade, I'm doing what I always be doing. Even when I'm not doing a project, I still share in the group. So there's always a project going on, even when there ain't no project. There's only one project, 1-0. Well, hold on, wait. There's only one project, man, 1-0. That's it. 1-0 is the project. All right. Oh man, I said y'all got stirred up, huh? Wow, that's the first time I saw Micah flipping. He said, "I'm with the shits today." Oh man, look, here it is. Don't worry about how many trades. Watch how the market looked in the video. Bang, bang. And Mr. Ron, yeah, so I answered that question. I answered what Mr. Ron was asking about how many trades daily. I just broke the whole thing down just now. Lucas, hopefully you'll get it. Cause you sound like you are like, it's funny because Lucas sound like he mad at me. So you're doing too much. Like, relax, man, relax. Just pay attention to what's really going on. Okay, so I did all of this. I understand the mentality behind what is being asked. The thing is that it should be asked to some other teacher or mentor. Indeed. Micah, Mark always do what he preach. What rock did you crawl up from under? I don't know. I don't be knowing where these people be coming from, to be honest. Let me see. Right, if you're saying this, you don't know Mark, you don't know TA. Indeed. What else? And I'm just trying to go through all the comments. I know I'm behind. And I apologize. Damn, I think I'm way back. Jesus. Well, damn, how much comments did y'all have? Oh, I'm so far back. I apologize. Let me come to the end. Let me see where y'all at now. Then I work my way back up. I can't. I must have missed mad shit. My goodness. All right. So Sadiq said it's the skill. Mr. Ron, misery is miserable. Let misery just fade away. Hopefully he and or it find those like him. Maybe he'll be happy among other nipple huggers. Oh, snap. Sadiq said he worried about the wrong thing. Focus on the contract payout. Maui Jeff, reality check on your perspective. Your mindset needs to shift. Be grateful market slowed down to even educate us. Stop your complaining about it and elevate your skill. Join TO. Now that's hard. Good advice. Pele's Mark, people say trading is too tricky because they because they wait and still lose in the markets. What would you say to the people out there that think that? I would say that you just have to continue to elevate your skill, because until you get out of the trade mentality, you always going to do that. You always going to be like, oh, the market is tricky. Well, what you're calling tricky is behavior. You need to understand tricky. So exactly what you're saying, you think the market is tricky, learn how to recognize tricky so that you don't trade when it's tricky. Like, people don't be want to do shit. Mr. Ron said, them same suckers find TA, watch videos of Brooklyn Moses and winning, and now they salty, so now let me go over there where TA is enjoying life way too much. Interesting. Dre, what's happening? It would be nice if you said whether you're actually in training or not, because if you were, you'll know what's going on. No, he ain't in training. He not in training. Cam, I think a lot of students still don't get it either, as they've been here for time. Regardless of how long somebody is in training for, what does that mean? That's not a bad thing. So, see, this is another thing too, and I don't like that. I don't like when y'all take shots at people that are here to train and learn, and if they've been here for a period of time, that's the point. Like, you saying it like it's a bad thing. It's a good thing if they remain and they don't quit and they don't give up and they don't have a microwave mentality, because you obviously have a microwave mentality if you're taking a shot at somebody that's been in training for a period of time, as if to say, well, look how long you've been here for and you still confused. What difference does it make how long it takes somebody to develop? Everybody don't learn at the same pace. Like, that's a lot of audacity to me, because who are you to take a shot at anybody? Where is your proof and your documentation of what you do in the market? What are you doing to help somebody else to learn and to elevate and to acquire some level of skill so that they can be successful? Where's yours at? So don't point the finger and don't take shots at people that are here to learn. That doesn't even make sense. That's silly. That's like taking a shot at somebody that's in college and you laughing at them because it took them 6 years to graduate instead of 4. The point is that they're going to graduate. Meanwhile, your ass ain't even go to college. So you not in college, but you laughing at somebody that took six years to graduate instead of 4. What sense? What is that? That's silly. I don't like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. They come to the podcast knowing it's real shit being talked and shared here. They can't log on to one of the con artist podcasts that got them for at least $250 for one non-winning strategy. Oh, they on them. They on them. Ah, man. Absolutely. Yep. You can identify stability in any pair if you have the skill. 100%. Doesn't matter what pair you're in, it's going to be the same process every time. Yes. Oh, I see what y'all were responding to. So he said it would be nice if you traded with stability on 4 different pairs. That would be more useful. Like, who are you? Like, who are you, first of all? You telling me what's going to be more useful when the people that actually are here receiving and learning are telling you what is useful. That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all don't be paying attention. Like, what are you coming around for if you ain't going to pay attention and actually grab the value from what's going on? It doesn't make any sense. But hey, do what you want. Do what you want. And I'm just going through the comments just because this is what I do. So I really don't care about what nobody be talking about if they not for building and being productive. But at the same time, I don't run from nothing. And clearly the students don't either. I'm gonna tell you something too. Like when y'all come around, y'all be talking in the chat while I'm doing the podcast, right? Y'all notice that I don't even say nothing until after I finish talking. All the heat and the fire that you get is from inside of the chat, bro. You getting all hit up all in your chest, and I ain't even say nothing to you yet. You feel heat because the vibe is in here all the time. This is what I mean, like about when you are around TA. This is the students that you are pointing your finger at that's getting at you. I didn't say nothing to you yet. I got to go back in the chat to see what was said. So just remember that when you come around and you see that the podcast is on, just know that they're going to be on your ass. Just know that. Crazy. Absolutely. One pair, master how it moves. That's right. Anyone on the TA team currently enrolled in school majoring in psychology or psychiatry? If so, ask Brooklyn Moses if you can set mini sessions for these folks that are lacking attention. Right. People be coming around and act like they got ADD or something. Shine said in reality market is actually losing money in doing these projects, to be real. Right. Because I'm taking these trades starting at one contract. That could have been 100 contracts. That could have been 200 or 300 contracts on that same trade. So just so I can get some documentation going, right? The same trade I would have took and you already know what I would have made off of that, just like Shawnee is saying. But it's all good because there's plenty, of plenty of profits available. The market is very generous. And when you have this skill, you don't worry about none of that anyway. It's like the market is never cheap. Market is very generous. It's only generous, though, when you know what you're doing. It's only generous when you have skill. You ain't got no skill. The market is stingy as hell. It's taking what you got. Taking all your food. You got skill. Market is very generous. So you better get your ass some skill. Stop playing. Stop playing.